And just see how good your mind is and how easily you can just turn it off. And just try to turn your mind off. Just breathe deeply and naturally. You can listen to your cells and listen to your body. Just slowly open your eyes. So I'm going to use that as kind of a baseline. So now I just want you to just kind of tap your body. So just take your arms and tap. Pretty big distance. Just like you're getting inside. That's exactly what it is. Again. And then just like a little gorilla, okay, now close your eyes. And just open your eyes. Could you feel a little difference? What's going on? A little tingling in the body? A little warm? But you can sit back down. So with the tapping, we're getting the chi to flow. We're starting to wake up the communication between all the cells. And then all of a sudden, the mind gets pulled into the body versus being out listening to the traffic drive by or little birds chirping right over here with the clock ticking. So there's always things pulling us out of our body. But as we do this training more and more, let's start to sink a little bit. So there's always things trying to pull us out of our body, whether it's marketing or music. How often are we in our body? So we need tools to get us back inside. And by focusing our attention on our body, it's like a feedback loop that drives our energy and our attention back inside. So we can go back and listen to what's going on inside this inner space, this microcosm that's in here versus out here all the time. So over time, we'll teach you more and more tricks through the practice in itself. It starts to cultivate this. So it's like I said, throwing a bullseye and getting that mind-body integration gradually over time. So it's a very simple practice. But we know the body evolves because, if you go lift weights, you're putting stress on the muscles and they start to develop. You go dig holes in your garden and you start getting calluses. So you're putting stress on different parts of the body, and all of a sudden the cells step up and they adapt to the environment. So we want to choose the environment, the mental environment by what we're thinking, and the physical environment by the type of stimulation that we're doing to allow ourselves to cultivate skill and then practice and take us into a direction of health and longevity. Do you guys want to see a little bit of side effects of the physical training? So everyone starts to practice in the same place, which is gently tapping the body. And then you get to the point where that gets extremely boring. And if you didn't get instruction, you'd probably quit. But if you get bored, that's when you tell the instructor, hey, you're getting kind of bored, and we'll evaluate and see if you're ready to move to the next step. Because the practice is continuously progressing, it constantly changes that level of challenge that you put to your body so you can just keep growing. Anybody want to demonstrate anything? Does anybody want to see anything? Yeah. I'd like to see something. There you go. Oh, please no. So let's just start with the lower part of the body first. Since this is the lower part of the body, this is the region we call golden shoulders. that we train first. So in the beginning practice, we just hit the belly, but over time, we can develop it to where it gets pretty strong. And we're not taking it from the martial tradition in the past where you could take a knife and some vegetables and cut your dinner on your stomach and not get cut, or stand on a spear. But we're taking it to a level of more than what you came in with, and to build a good foundation so we can go to the next level, and then go through Dr. John's higher level. So we're not taking it to the extreme martial level, but just enough to where we can get really strong and violent. Okay. So this is a break.
Three.
Sorry, Japan.
Who's happy now?
What else? Does any student want to demonstrate?
You're not touching us up.
As hard as you can?
Yeah.
I'm good. I bet you're stronger than me.
Steve, Michelle wants to get tapped with the bat.
Do you? Yeah. See, the great thing about having students demonstrate is that it's not just the teacher or the instructor or the master who can do these interesting things. It's everybody can do it.
You might want to rotate so some more people can see over here.
Cool.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, this is a bat. This is really. Anybody else want to do
Very dense.
So I'll do it on three. I'll start first. Okay, ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
This one is fine.
Okay, this is right on her spine. She's been working about 8 months. Okay, ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2.
So one of the times I was in Dallas, I was doing a health fair with one of the other instructors. And it was interesting because the booth that we had, we sat up right next to a chiropractor. And he had all the scales and all these little lines, things to measure, alignment and stuff. And then we just started goofing around, like, let's have some fun. So we started hitting ourselves with the bats and stuff. And he came over like, oh my God, do you have any idea how fragile the spine is? Really? Wow. And then we started taking out the towels, and then we were breaking them our hand, and he's just like, oh my God, you guys have to stop. You're going to hurt yourself. And once again, it just goes to that whole paradigm. Like, from his world, the body is fragile. The bones are fragile. From our world, and actually in the scientific world, bones are stronger than concrete. The only reason concrete is strong is because they put metal in there. So per square inch, our bones are so much stronger than concrete. So when you think about it that way, and through this training where gradually your body can handle these levels of impact, it changes the way you think. When I went to our first demo that we did in Dallas, we brought Caroline with us. And at the time, she was maybe 83, 84 years old. And the demo we did was, she came up and we hit her with the bat, and people were just like, oh my God. And then her testimony was, because she was the oldest person in the room, she was like, all of you guys are so young. You know, I started this when I was 80 something. You guys need to start now. And everybody in the room actually signed up because of her. It was just incredible. And she's had so many interesting stories through her higher levels of training. When she was doing the leg level of training, she was supposed to clean her greenhouse, and the guy never came, so she actually climbed up and tried to sweep off the leaves, and she fell through the ceiling. 8-something feet she fell. And she said when she fell, it just felt like she landed on like cushions, like airbags, and it just stopped her fall. No cuts, no broken, nothing. And most 80-year-old women break their hips and stuff just walking. But yet she fell 8 feet from the ceiling. And it was fine. Yeah. So it just starts to show you, wow, there's something else out there besides everything you've been told. We've been told that as we get over a certain age, then everything starts to decline, our vitality and so forth. There's certain tribes in Africa that the little kids look to the adults because they can jump the highest, they can run the fastest. And I saw a picture the other day of this one tribe, and these guys were jumping over like these sticks like this high, like it was nothing. It's like, wow. So, what is being modeled to you? What's being modeled to us is, nursing homes and medication. So we want to choose a different reality. We want one of health, vitality, and longevity. So, you guys want to see any other physical demonstrations, different levels?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody want to break tiles on their head?
Could you do a demo for each
Break
area?
tiles, go on. Please, you can pass those around. So, the tiles, usually when we train, we put it between stools, and stuff, but I don't have 2 stools, so. That's on top. And so back to the chiropractor saying how fragile the head is. These are actually extremely fragile, so we have to be careful. If you take any instructor who's done head level and you ask them to break a tile, they're always going to break it on their head because it's so fun. So the practice isn't about breaking the tiles, but it's a side effect. It's a measuring stick to see how much we've developed. So it can also be a symbol, it can also be a metaphor for different things. Some people can be so strong and they're hitting these tiles so hard, but they're not breaking. And I mean, the big, strong guys, and they're pounding. And tiny little women come up, tap, and they're just going, what is going on? So sometimes people have blocks in one area of their life. And one area of their life could be following through. So they can be hitting so hard, but they're not following through. So maybe their lesson is to hit the tile over and over again and not break. And at some point they have a breakthrough where they go, wow, and then they follow through, and all of a sudden, boom, so much opens up in so many other areas of life besides the tile. So this training is so unique that it explodes so many and touches so many other areas of your life besides just being macho and being able to hit stuff. So we're only taking it to the point where we can develop to a higher level and then keep going to the next level, to the next level. It's not about, oh, how many tiles can I break? It's fun at some points, and sometimes it's not fun. For right now, it's like, I don't like getting hit with tiles. I don't like breaking stuff anymore. And then 2 weeks later, I'll hit this little window of time and it feels fun. Or, with some of the other instructors, it can be fun to challenge each other and stuff like that to see if we can still do it. But that's a whole different story. Any questions about this training? Anybody? Okay. So I'm going to try to wrap this up so some of the students can get a chance to train a little. Where's my little clicker? So the training, if you guys are interested, it's $100 a month. But if you're interested, then for tonight only, I'll sign you up for $75, and that includes the urban manual. But if you decide on Monday or next week or some other time, it'll be $100 plus $10 plus $15 for the urban manual. So we have class in Austin. This location on Monday and Wednesdays, 7:45 to 9-ish. Sometimes we go over. And that's pretty much about it. So if you guys have any questions, there's lots of students in the room. Keith is an assistant instructor about to become an instructor. Eddie's an instructor, Mark is an instructor. Steven's assistant, or actually, you're actually an instructor, right? Okay.
Yeah, whatever you say.
And then we got another Mark over here who's also an instructor. So, yeah, so ask questions and we'll wrap things up. Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys.